Hello and welcome. My name is Katie. Today we're going to do some nice deep stretches for stress relief. This is a beginner friendly practice, but if you are a beginner and if you have some yoga blocks, you might have them nearby. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can just grab a cushion or a pillow. So go ahead and get ready and I'll meet you back here on the mat. We're going to begin sitting on the mat. So if you do have that yoga block or cushion, you can sit up on it here. It will make sitting on the mat a little bit easier. Then once you're there, just try to lengthen your spine as best you can. Relax your shoulders. Close your eyes or just relax your gaze at something on the floor in front of you. Take some time here to loosen your jaw and soften all of the facial muscles around your face, especially those tiny muscles around your mouth, around your eyebrows, or across your forehead. And from here, we'll bring some awareness to the breath, not forcing anything, just taking a breath in, noticing how it feels. And then taking a breath out and noticing how it feels. And with time, you might be able to encourage your breath to get a little bit deeper, expanding your belly, your chest. Maybe you can even feel that breath rising up into your throat. And then exhaling to empty your belly, emptying your chest, emptying your throat. Each inhale brings peace and relaxation, and each exhale releases stress. Nothing to do here, just breathe. And as you continue to breathe, just notice again if your jaw has clenched up, if your eyebrows have started to narrow in again. And just make everything soft. You can stay exactly as you are, and we're simply going to count to 10. And of course, it's not as simple as it seems. We'll inhale and exhale for 1, inhale, exhale for 2, and so on. And the idea of this exercise normally is each time that you find yourself engaged in some thoughts, then you would go back to 1 and try start again. This time we're just going to try our best to keep going and counting to 10. So when you're ready, let's begin. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 4. Inhale, exhale, 5. Keep going, noticing the breath at your nostrils, feeling it throughout your body. When you make it to 10, you can just return to a normal breathing pattern. When you're ready, you can open your eyes again and we'll make our way down to lie on the back, so you can take your time to get there. And when you're there, just come into Savasana Pose, spreading your arms and legs wide apart, relaxing your shoulders into your mat, observing the feelings within your body, and still paying as much attention to your breath as you can. If your jaw has clenched up, you can take a moment to loosen it again, relaxing your eyebrows. From here, we'll come into a supine twist. Bring the sole of your right foot up onto your left thigh. Hold that top knee with your left hand and reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Stack your hips on top of each other to bring your knee over towards the left side of the mat. Release your right arm back down beside you to the right. Keep both of your shoulders connected to the mat, so only twist as far as you can keep this right shoulder grounded. And you can look up, or for a deeper stretch, you can look over to your right hand. You might close your eyes here. Bring your awareness to your breath. And it's harder to get a deep belly breath in this position, but keep trying. Each inhale expands your belly, and each exhale might help you to get a deeper stretch. We'll take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to come back to center. Send your right leg out long. And then take the sole of your left foot onto your right thigh. Right hand holds this knee. Left arm reaches up. Stack your hips, bringing your knee over to the right and your left hand back down to the left. Keep both shoulders on the mat. Look up or look to your left hand. Expanding your belly on each breath in, maybe twisting a little deeper on each breath out, wringing away any stress or tension caught up in your lower back and hips. Now you can start to come out of your twist, sending your left leg out long again. And if you need to here, you can do some windshield wipers by bending both of your knees. Exhale to drop them to one side. Inhale to pick them up, and exhale to drop to the opposite side. Pause the next time that your knees are in center, and we'll come into air releasing pose. Bring both of your knees up towards your chest and wrap your arms around your legs. Keep both of your feet beside each other. Don't cross your ankles. That way you can get an even deep stretch into your hips and your lower back. So we'll take a few moments here. Of course, the more you can press your knees to your chest, the deeper stretch you'll feel. But just be patient and give your body a chance to open up a little bit before you start going any deeper. Keep cultivating that deep belly breath, even though it's hard to expand your belly. On each exhale, maybe you can squeeze a little bit deeper. As you're here, just noticing where your mind is going. And if you notice it getting engaged in some thinking, just encourage it to come back to focus on your breath or on the sensations within your body. We'll take one more full breath in. Exhale to give yourself a really big hug, really congratulating yourself for coming and doing this practice. And then when you're ready, you can release your legs out long again and slowly pick yourself back up. So you're coming to sit on your mat. So again, here beginners or not beginners can sit up on a cushion or a yoga block for a little bit of help here. We're coming into a pose called head to knee pose. You can start by bringing the sole of your left foot up into your right thigh. If your knee is sensitive here, you can support it with a cushion or a yoga block in underneath. Now we're inhaling to reach our hands up, lengthening our spine. And as you exhale, fold over your right leg, dropping your hands wherever they land. And then drop your nose towards your right knee. Tapping into the sensations you feel within your body. And don't force anything. Don't worry about how this pose looks. Just focus on how it's feeling. Each exhale might help you to drop your nose a little bit lower if that feels good. Take your last big breath in and out. And then use your hands against the mat to push yourself back up. Take your left leg out long now and bring the sole of your right foot up into your left thigh. When you're ready, inhale to reach up. Exhale to fold forward, dropping the hands wherever they land and releasing your nose towards your knee. Take a few breaths just to let this side of the body open up. And then maybe you can encourage yourself to drop a little bit deeper. Remember, it's okay if your mind drifts away. The big win comes when you bring yourself back. Take your last full breath cycle. When you're ready, start to press yourself up away from the floor, sending both legs back out long, and you can shake them off here if you need to. Now from here, we'll come to lie on the front of the body. And once you're there, we'll take a few seconds in Crocodile Pose. So make a platform with your hands, stacking them on top of each other. You can rest a cheek or your forehead onto your hands, and then bring your big toes together to allow your heels to flop out towards the sides of the mat. This is a really simple stress releasing pose. Just let gravity and your breath do the work. From here, we'll come into Sphinx Pose. Your feet will come to about hip-width distance apart, and then bring your forearms onto the mat in front of you. Spread your fingers wide apart and keep your forearms parallel to each other. Make sure here that your elbows are either directly underneath your shoulders or in front of your shoulders. We just don't want our elbows behind our shoulders here. Now, if this is too intense, you can have your hands further away from you. So just start by noticing how the body is feeling here in Sphinx Pose. Notice the different sensation of your breath now as it comes in and out of the body. And now see if you can relax the back of your body, especially your glutes if they have tensed up. You can relax them now. Soften your shoulders and loosen up your jaw. You can close your eyes or just relax your gaze on one point. Maybe you can try again to count to 10, counting each inhale and exhale as you go. Whenever you're ready to release Sphinx Pose, you can make your way back down into Crocodile, resting on your hands, bringing your big toes together and letting your heels flop to the edges. You might look the opposite way now, so if you looked left last time, look right this time, so we can evenly stretch out our necks. And just let your body process Sphinx Pose. It looks quite simple, but it does have a big effect on the body. So let's just notice that now. Now we'll move on to come into Locust Pose. Feet hip-width distance apart again. Arms come down alongside the body with the palms facing up. And then your forehead can come to your mat. slowly now peel your head and chest up off the mat as you reach your hands down towards your feet. We're just aiming to open up the shoulders a little bit here, release some stress. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can allow your feet to hover up off the mat. And if you really want to open your shoulders, you can interlock your fingers and then press your hands down towards your feet. Only staying here for a few seconds, so keep breathing. Take one more big breath in. Maybe you can lift a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, come back down and rest in Crocodile Pose. Sending big breaths in to get rid of any cobwebs from your shoulders, your back. Whenever you're ready to come out of Crocodile Pose, we'll start to make our way back into Child's Pose. So you can plant your palms, maybe lift yourself up. Knees will come together and feet are beside each other here. So if you are a beginner or not a beginner, you can have, again, a cushion or yoga block in underneath your hips here to give you a bit more support in Child's Pose. So we're keeping our knees together for this one, and then bring your palms faced up next to your feet and release your head towards the mat. And if your head doesn't make it to the mat, that's okay. You can stack your hands on top of each other like so, and then rest your forehead onto your hands instead. So wherever you are is fine. We're going to take a minute here in Child's Pose, letting your spine round again after we were back bending it. Connect to your breath. Encourage deep belly breaths, even though it's hard in this pose. Each inhale fills you up, and each exhale helps you to sink a little bit deeper. And whatever stress might have brought you here today doesn't exist within you in this little bubble that you've created. And just know here that you are at peace. Your body and your mind is calm. And this feeling is always within you. Wherever you go, whatever happens, you can always tap back into it. Take your last big breath in and out here in your bubble. Make it the deepest one you've taken so far today. When you're ready, you can start to bring your hands back. Slowly push yourself away from the floor. Coming back into your most comfortable way to sit. And give yourself at least a few minutes here just to sit and let all of the blood flow back away from your head. We'll end our practice together just as we started, in your most comfortable seat, spine lengthened, shoulders relaxed, eyes closed or gaze focused on something on the floor. Loosen your jaw, relax your facial muscles. You might take a second to notice if there are any differences within your mind, your body, since when you started this practice. And again, that's just a reminder that this feeling of peace and calm is always within you. No matter what happens, you can always return back to this state. So let's take a few breaths. And you're welcome to stay here for longer, even count to 10 again, but we'll officially end this practice here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this practice beneficial. I am a big fan of stress relieving yoga, so I have lots more videos just like this. They are all in this playlist, and I'll leave some recommendations in the description of this video as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you soon, but until then, take care and goodbye.